What happens when power reaches its peak, only to crumble under the weight of ambition, enemies, and time? In this fourth chapter of our journey through ancient Egypt, we explore the astonishing rise and dramatic decline of Egypt's new kingdom. From the unmatched legacy of Ramses the Great and his towering monuments to the chilling raids of the Sea Peoples and the unexpected rise of Libyan and Nubian pharaohs, we reveal how Egypt's greatest era came to an end and what was left in its wake. But how did Ramses II use storytelling to turn a military stalemate into eternal glory? And why did Egypt, once the strongest empire on earth, fall into the hands of foreign rulers? The answers lie buried in temples, treaties, and tombs, and we're about to uncover them. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Best of History and Mythology, like, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the final chapter of this incredible series. Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, is widely regarded as one of the most powerful and celebrated pharaohs in the history of ancient Egypt. His reign, which lasted from 1279 to 1213 BCE during the New Kingdom, marked an era of prosperity, military success, and monumental construction projects that solidified his legacy as one of the greatest rulers of Egypt. Known as the Great Builder, Ramses II left an indelible mark on Egypt through his extensive architectural achievements. One of Ramses II's most famous constructions is the Grand Temple Complex at Abu Simbel, built to honor the gods and commemorate his military victories. The massive rock-cut temples, with their colossal statues of Ramses himself, were designed to project both divine authority and earthly power. These monuments, strategically located on Egypt's southern border with Nubia, were also intended to demonstrate Egyptian dominance to neighboring civilizations. The Abu Simbel temples remain one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Egyptian architecture and engineering. Ramses II also focused on rebuilding and expanding older temples, most notably the Temple of Karnak and Luxor. He added grand columns, statues, and reliefs that depicted his military exploits, including his most famous battle, the Battle of Kadesh, against the Hittites. In addition to his military prowess, Ramses II is remembered for his diplomatic achievements. Under Ramses II's rule, Egypt also saw economic prosperity. The wealth generated through trade, agriculture, and tribute from conquered territories, such as Nubia and Canaan, funded his ambitious construction projects. His reign was characterized by a flourishing of the arts, architecture, and religion, with the pharaoh depicted as a god-king deeply connected to the deities, particularly Ra and Amun. Ramses II's impressive architectural legacy can also be seen in the Ramesseum, his mortuary temple on the west bank of the Nile River. This grand structure featured colossal statues, elaborate carvings, and vast courtyards, reflecting both his divine status and his desire to be remembered as one of Egypt's greatest builders. The Ramesseum was not only a religious site, but also a symbol of Ramses II's enduring impact on Egyptian civilization. Though Ramses II lived to be in his 90s, outliving many of his children, his legacy continued to influence later pharaohs and even other empires. The monumental works of Ramses II still stand today as a testament to the grandeur of ancient Egypt and the lasting impact of the Great Builder. Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great, sought to expand Egypt's influence and secure its borders against the growing power of the Hittites. At the time, the Hittite Empire, which controlled much of Anatolia and northern Syria, posed a significant threat to Egypt's dominance in the region. The Battle of Kadesh was a pivotal confrontation in this ongoing struggle between two of the ancient world's most powerful civilizations. Ramses II led his army, divided into 4 divisions, northward toward Kadesh. However, Muwatalli Seku and his Hittite forces, estimated to be around 40,000 soldiers, had already established a strong defensive position. The Egyptians were caught off guard by a surprise Hittite attack, and Ramses II found himself in a precarious situation as the Hittites surrounded his camp. Despite this, Ramses II famously rallied his troops and led a counterattack, managing to push the Hittites back to the Orontes River. While the Battle of Kadesh did not result in a decisive victory for either side, it became a significant event in Egyptian history. Ramses II, ever the skilled propagandist, commissioned monumental inscriptions and carvings on temple walls, such as those at Abu Simbel and Karnak, portraying the battle as a great triumph. These inscriptions depict Ramses II as a heroic warrior king, single-handedly turning the tide of battle against overwhelming odds, solidifying his image as one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. In reality, the battle ended in a stalemate, with neither Egypt nor the Hittites gaining control of Kadesh. However, the long-term significance of the conflict lies in the peace negotiations that followed. The Battle of Kadesh eventually led to the signing of the Egyptian-Hittite Peace Treaty, one of the earliest known peace agreements in history. This treaty established a lasting peace between the two empires, allowing Ramses II to focus on internal development and his renowned building projects, while the Hittites secured their northern territories. Ramses II told the world he had won the Battle of Kadesh, even though it was a draw. Do you think a leader should shape history with truth or with legend? Let us know what you think in the comments after watching. The Battle of Kadesh is a crucial moment in the history of Egypt's new kingdom, exemplifying the military prowess and diplomatic acumen of Ramses II. The encounter with the Hittites, one of the most formidable powers of the ancient Near East, not only highlighted the strategic importance of the Levant, but also set the stage for future interactions between Egypt, the Assyrians, and later civilizations like the Romans and the Ptolemies. The decline of the New Kingdom, c. 1070 BCE, marked the beginning of a period of instability for ancient Egypt after centuries of power and prosperity. The final years of the New Kingdom were plagued by both internal strife and external pressures, weakening the once dominant empire. This period saw the gradual erosion of central authority, culminating in the breakdown of the powerful pharaonic system that had sustained Egypt's empire for generations. A major factor contributing to Egypt's decline was the rise of external threats. The Sea Peoples, a confederation of seafaring raiders, launched a series of devastating attacks on coastal regions, including Egypt. Although Ramses III, often regarded as the last great pharaoh of the New Kingdom, successfully repelled these invaders, the constant pressure from foreign forces strained Egypt's resources and military capabilities. Additionally, growing tensions with the Hittites, Assyrians, and emerging powers in the Levant further destabilized Egypt's influence in the region. Internally, Egypt faced severe economic problems. The costs of maintaining a vast empire, funding massive building projects, and supporting a large bureaucratic system led to financial strain. The administration struggled to manage the distribution of wealth, leading to widespread corruption and inefficiency. The influence of powerful temple priesthoods, particularly the Amun priests of Thebes, grew as the central government weakened. These religious elites controlled vast amounts of land and resources, further undermining the authority of the pharaohs. The increasing fragmentation of power within Egypt also contributed to its decline. By the end of the New Kingdom, local governors and military leaders, particularly in Upper Egypt, began to assert their independence, challenging the central authority of the pharaohs. This decentralization led to political fragmentation, with different factions vying for control. If you're fascinated by the fall of empires and the legacies they leave behind, don't miss out. Subscribe to Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and ring the bell to unlock more ancient secrets with every new episode. The rise of Libyan and Nubian rulers who had settled in Egypt during earlier periods further complicated the political landscape. The decline of Egypt's military might also played a crucial role in the fall of the New Kingdom. Without the resources or manpower to maintain a strong army, Egypt struggled to defend its borders and maintain its influence over foreign territories. The loss of control over Nubia, a region rich in gold, dealt a significant blow to Egypt's economy and strategic position. The once mighty empire that had extended its influence as far as Syria and Palestine was now forced to retreat within its borders. The decline of the New Kingdom was a pivotal moment in the history of Egypt, marking the end of its status as a major imperial power. The loss of control over foreign territories, combined with economic turmoil and internal divisions, led to a prolonged period of weakness, during which Egypt would become vulnerable to foreign rule, including the eventual conquests by Alexander the Great and later the Romans. The Third Intermediate Period, c. 1070–1664 BCE, was a time of political fragmentation and foreign influence in ancient Egypt, following the decline of the New Kingdom. This era was marked by the division of power between various regional rulers, including the pharaohs in the north and the high priests of Amun in Thebes, who effectively controlled Upper Egypt. The central authority that once unified the nation had crumbled, leading to a period of instability and foreign intervention. During this time, Egypt experienced a significant weakening of its military power and territorial control. The loss of foreign territories in Nubia, Canaan, and Syria further eroded Egypt's influence in the region. The pharaohs of the 21st dynasty, based in the city of Tanis in the Nile Delta, struggled to maintain control over the fragmented country. Their authority was often challenged by the increasingly powerful Amun priesthood, which held vast economic and political power in Upper Egypt. Foreign powers also began to play a more prominent role in Egypt's affairs during the Third Intermediate Period. Libyan rulers, who had settled in Egypt during the late New Kingdom, gained significant influence. By the 22nd dynasty, Libyan kings, such as Shoshenq I, rose to power, ruling Egypt as pharaohs while maintaining their Libyan cultural identity. This period of Libyan dominance brought a new cultural and political dynamic to Egypt, as the Libyan elite integrated their traditions with those of the native Egyptians. The influence of Nubia also grew during the Third Intermediate Period. The Nubian Kushite kingdom, based in Napata, began to exert control over southern Egypt, eventually conquering the entire country during the reign of Piye, the first ruler of the 25th dynasty. The Nubian pharaohs, such as Shabaka and Taharka, sought to restore the glories of the past, emphasizing traditional Egyptian religious practices and monumental architecture. However, their reign was short-lived, as Egypt soon faced the growing threat of the Assyrians. When foreign powers like the Libyans and Nubians ruled Egypt, they adopted its customs and gods. Do you think a foreign ruler can truly preserve the soul of a civilization? Tell us what you believe in the comments. The Assyrian Empire, expanding from Mesopotamia, invaded Egypt during the late 25th dynasty, sacking Thebes and driving the Nubian rulers out. The Assyrians established their influence over Egypt, appointing local rulers, but their control was tenuous, and Egypt remained politically fragmented. Despite the instability of the Third Intermediate Period, Egypt's cultural and religious traditions endured. The pharaohs and priesthood continued to commission the construction of temples and monuments, though on a smaller scale than during the New Kingdom. The worship of Amun, Ra, and Osiris remained central to Egyptian life, even as foreign rulers took power. The Third Intermediate Period set the stage for future foreign domination, including the arrival of the Ptolemies and the eventual conquest by Alexander the Great. Egypt's weakening political structure and vulnerability to external threats marked a significant shift in its history as it transitioned from a dominant empire to a land influenced by external civilizations like the Assyrians, Libyans, and eventually the Romans. When even gods can't stop the fall, only memory remains. Thanks for watching. See you in episode 5, always here on Best of History and Mythology.